Good morning, all. Today, let me continue the chapter The Hundred Dresses Too, written by Elsa Esther. In the previous class, we had learned that why the Petrovskis left Borgin's Heights and the school and why they went to a new city to live in. The teacher became so upset after reading the letter written by Vanda's father. And after hearing that, Maddie couldn't focus on her studies. So she decided to go and meet Vanda to tell her sorry for teasing her. But when Peggy and Maddie reached Borgin Heights to see Vanda, the Petronskis had already left the place. Maddie lost her sleep because she couldn't make things right with Vanda. So she took an important decision, that is, she will never let anyone to tease others. Now let me continue reading the chapter. On Saturday, Maddie spent the afternoon with Peggy. They were writing a letter to Vanda Petronsky. It was just a friendly letter telling about the contest and telling Vanda she had won. They told her how pretty her drawings were, and they asked her if she liked where she was living and if she liked her new teacher. They had meant to say they were sorry, but it ended up with their just writing a friendly letter, the kind they would have written to any good friend, and they signed it with lots of S for love. They mailed the letter to Boginsides, writing "Please forward" on the envelope. Since they couldn't find Vanda to tell her sorry, Becky and Maddie decided to write a letter to Vanda on Saturday afternoon. It was just a friendly letter in which they wanted to tell about the contest that she had won, and they also asked her whether she liked her new place and how that place is. Actually, they wanted to tell her sorry, but then they wrote a friendly letter and they signed it with a lot of love. They knew only the address of Borgin Sites, so they wrote that address on the envelope and also wrote "Please forward." Please forward. Days passed and there was no answer. But the letter did not come back, so maybe Vanda had received it. Perhaps she was so hurt and angry she was not going to answer. You could not blame her. They were waiting for the reply. So many days passed, but they didn't get the reply. So they were sure that the letter had been sent to Vanda's new address. So they thought that since she didn't write back, they thought that she was still angry with them. And they also thought that she couldn't be blamed because all of them teased her to such an extent that she had to leave the school. Weeks went by and still Vanda didn't answer. Peggy had begun to forget the whole business, and Maddie put herself to sleep at night making speeches about Vanda, defending her from great crowds of girls who were trying to tease her with "How many dresses have you got?" And before Vanda could press her lips together in a tight line, the way she did before answering, Maddie would cry out, "Stop!" Then everybody would feel ashamed the way she used to feel. They never got a reply from Vanda. Peggy slowly forgot the incident, but Maddie was also trying to forget. But at the same time, in the nights, she used to make speeches about how she was trying to protect Vanda from the other girls. She used to think how she was trying to protect Vanda from the girls who were teasing her with the questions like, "How many dresses have you got?" And as soon as anyone could say anything, Maddie would interrupt and say, "Stop," to them, and then all of them could end up ashamed. Now it was Christmas time, and there was snow on the ground. Christmas bells and a small tree decorated the classroom. On the last day of school before the holidays, the teacher showed the class a letter she had received that morning. It was winter season and there was snow everywhere on the ground. Christmas had come. The classrooms were decorated with bells and small trees. That day, Miss Mason told the students that she had received a letter from Vanda Petronsky in that morning. You remember Vanda Petronsky, the gifted little artist who won the drawing contest? Well, she has written me, and I am glad to know where she lives because now I can send her a medal. I want to read her letter to you. The class sat up with a sudden interest and listened intently. And the teacher said that she got a letter from Vanda Petronsky, and she also said that she was feeling very happy because she knew where Vanda lives now, so that she could send her the medal that she had won for the drawing contest. So the whole class wanted to know what was there in the letter. They were all sitting very eagerly and listening very carefully. Dear Miss Mason, how are you and room 13? Please tell the girls they can keep those 100 dresses because in my new house I have 100 new ones all lined up in my closet. I would like that girl Peggy to have the drawing of the green dress with the red trimming and her friend Maddie to have the blue one. For Christmas, I miss that school and my new teacher doesn't equalize with you. Merry Christmas to you and everybody. Yours truly, Vanda Petronsky. She wrote the letter in a very friendly tone and she asked in the letter how everyone was in room number 13 and that they could keep her 100 dresses because she said that she has another more 100 dresses lined up in her closet in the new home. So she also told that Peggy can have the green dress with the red trimming and Maddie can have the blue dress. She is saying that she misses this school and she also says that her new teacher could never replace Miss Mason. She ended up the letter by wishing everyone Merry Christmas. On the way home from school, Maddie and Peggy held their drawings very carefully. All the houses had wreaths and holly in the windows. Outside the grocery store, hundreds of Christmas trees were stacked, and in the window, candy peppermint sticks and cornucopias of shiny transparent paper was strung. The air smelled like Christmas and lights shining everywhere reflected different colors on the snow. What is cornucopias? Decorative containers. Can see cornucopias here. Both the girls took their drawings given by Vanta. The houses were decorated because it was Christmas time. Grocery stores were stocked with Christmas trees, candy peppermint sticks, and other Christmas stuff. It was a merry and colorful atmosphere everywhere. Boy, said Peggy, this shows she really likes us. It shows she got our letter, and this is her way of saying that everything is alright, and that is that. Peggy assumed that Vanda was not angry at them because they got her letter and everything was alright between them. She felt like that. I hope so, said Maddie sadly. She felt sad because she knew she could never see the little tight-lipped Polish girl again and couldn't ever really make things right between them. But Maddie was still feeling sad because she really wanted to meet Vanta and tell her sorry. Why was she feeling sad? Because she would never be able to see that Polish tight-lipped girl again, and she would never get a chance to make amends, to make things right with her. That's why she was so sad. She went home and she pinned her drawing over a torn place in the pink flowered wallpaper in the bedroom. The shabby room came alive from the brilliancy of the colors. Mary sat down on her bed and looked at the drawing. She had stood by and said nothing, but Vanda had been nice to her anyway. She pinned the picture over a torn place in the pink flowered wallpaper in her bedroom. Maddie's room was shabby, but the drawings made it beautiful. She was just looking at the picture and she was also thinking that how nice Vanda had been to them. Tears blurred her eyes and she gazed for a long time at the picture. Then hastily she rubbed her eyes and studied it intently. The colors in the dress were so vivid that she had scarcely noticed the face and heard of the drawing. But it looked like her. Mattie, it really looked like her own mouth. Why, it really looked like her own self. Wanda had really drawn this for her. Excitedly, she ran over to Peggy's. While she was staring at the drawing, she felt very sad, and tears were coming out of her eyes, so her vision got blurred. She rubbed her eyes and looked at the picture very carefully. When she looked very closely at that blue colored drawing, at that blue dress drawing, she found her own face in that picture. That means Vanda had drawn Maddie's face in that picture. She was wondered and surprised to see her own face in the picture. She was so excited. That is why she went to meet Becky and told her that she wanted to look at her picture. Peg, she said, let me see your picture. What's the matter? Asked Peggy as they clattered to her room where Vanda's drawing was lying face down on the bed. Maddie carefully raised it. Look, she drew you. That's you, she exclaimed. And the head and face of this picture did look like Peggy. What did I say? Said Peggy. She must have really liked us anyway. Anyway, she was so excited, so she went to meet Peggy and told her that she wanted to see her picture also. The drawing was lying upside down on the bed. Maddie raised it and realized that it was really Peggy in that drawing. Her face is clearly pictured in that drawing. Both were left in shock, and they both were actually so happy by seeing the pictures, by seeing their faces in that pictures. And thus, both the girls realized that Vanda liked them very much, even though they had teased her. Yes, she must have, agreed Maddie. Maddie also agreed with Peggy that Vanda really liked both of them, and she blinked away the tears that came every time she thought of Vanda standing alone in that sunny spot in the schoolyard, looking stolidly over at the group of laughing girls after she had walked off, after she said, sure, 100 of them all lined up. So the thought of Vanda standing alone made Maddie feel very sorry, and tears used to come down her eyes. Then she rubbed them away. She used to think of Vanda, who used to just walk off after the girls made fun of her. The girls used to make fun of her by asking about her 100 dresses, and she used to say, I have 100 dresses and all are lined up in my closet. So this story, the 100 dresses, which tells us how we have to be kind to the other people, how we have to be kind to others, and we should never hurt the feelings of others. Thank you.